Okay, this is a Beko WMB71231B. It was making a slightly funny noise and wasn't really completing the wash. So the only thing I really know about how to fix are the brushes. So I thought I would try and take the motor off and have a look at them. So firstly, take the back off. I assume you know how to do that. And also, well, firstly, stick these securing bolts on that stop the drum from spinning. You can see how, if you don't put these on, this wobbles all over the place. It's hung on springs, I think. You see these rods under here allow movement. You put these in, if you've still got them, it stops it from wobbling. I don't think it really matters if you don't have them. Then take the back off, and then take the motor's already out, by the way. This was where my fingers pivoted against, was where that's the other end of this bit was sticking out, and it was round it, and it drives the drum round. To get it off, you work it off from the top. That's what I found easiest. I couldn't work it off. I couldn't pull it off that. I pulled it off here and just slowly rotated it and pulled at the same time, and it comes close to the edge and just dropped off. And then to get the motor off, you need to unclip this from this, and there are, where are they? Can you see? These slim rectangular long things, they move and they clip. If you can push them up and down, and they clip into these holes here and here. Maybe what's there? They clip in, that clips into this anyway, and you've got to press those long things down to work it loose. And then also there's, what else is there? This clip, that was clipped in, I can't remember where that was clipped into. It looks like how that's clipped into there. This was clipped in. Yeah, that. This thing here was clipped into that hole there, I think. You have to pull it out of there. Now you can see these are the mounting brackets. There, 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 and there. That slides onto the front two. Now they're really easy to get off. The problem you're going to have is getting that one off. Can you even see the other one? But the other one, it is as well. That one and that one are really awkward to get to. I needed this. It's an extension arm. You're going to need one that's an extension bar that's about 15 centimeters long. I measured it, that'll just bring your ratchet spanner on the outside of all this. So you need a 15 centimeter minimum extension bar, and that is a Posi bit. It's T40. You need a T40 posi bit, and that will fit. These are the bolts. Fits in like that. And I also used this screwdriver. That just, you can easily reach those, but this screwdriver, not a chance. It wasn't going to get the other bolts out. There's no flex on this bar either. You just have to carefully angle it in. So don't worry about getting one with any, because you can buy flexible ones of these. This is my mate's. I did buy my own from, where's it gone? That's my own from Tool Station. I'll take these back though, I don't need it. This bar's 20 centimetres long. You've got a whole array of different ones. But yeah, I ended up getting the stuff off my friend. So I'll pause the video. No, I won't actually. I'll show you. So that is one of the brushes. So maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but that is. Let's see if you can get a good look. There we go. So that's the old brush. That is the new brush. And you can see they're mounted on a spring, so as they wear down, they start like that, pushed against the, that's called a commutator in there. That's the thing that rotates, and this touches it, and as the carbon wears down, the spring pushes it out further and further, but eventually wears out. So you can see the difference. So I'm going to, when you're fitting them as well, notice the slant. It's slightly slanted. Now there is a right and a wrong way to fit these. To pay attention to how they come off, and I haven't noticed yet, but I'm going to have a good look, and I'm going to put them back on the right way round. It maintains a good contact with the commutator. Had these off Amazon for £10. They don't quite look the same as the old one. The old one's got black casing, but you can split them down. You can take the carbon stick out and put it in the old one, in the old casing with the new carbon stick, because I think there's location protrusions to help fit this back onto the motor. See these two black nubbins there? I bet they fit into, but they'll click into a hole and everything will be positioned perfectly. So without using this black casing, I probably might struggle. Well, hang on, this one's got it on. It's the first time I've really looked at them, that's why I'm talking longer than I would normally do. So I'm going to pause the video and give it a go. So I'm just trying to fit it. This is the back of the motor. And by the way, this, you pull this off the old, you see that gold thing there clips onto this thing here. You have to pull it off. You can see the mounting holes. There's the holes for the screws. You see the thread, and just below them there's some little holes. Must be for these black sticky out bits there. I'm going to try and get it on. Okay, let's pause the video. So I've attached it, you see the nut, and I've managed to get the connection back on. Now, just a word of advice, I think it's easier to attach the electrical connection to this and then screw it back on. I've screwed it all in and then tried to get this on, and this bundle of wires is a right pain to move. I think I've got the connection right, I'm not sure. So if I was doing it again, well, when I do the other one, I'm going to connect it first and then try and locate it, but we'll see how that goes. Hang on. Okay, I took it off and started again. I think you should be able to see from a moment ago that contact wasn't in as far. You need to connect it, to connect the two, and then reattach it. And that's what it looks like. Now for the other side. I'm just going to pause the video. So again, I'm going to fit the next brush. Just to look at the angle. They're the same angle, and it's going to go there. You can see the two holes, mounting holes, and the holes for the screws. I'm going to attach the electrical connection first, and then to the brush, and then attach it to the motor. Right, so everything is swapped over. Right, so now I'm going to try and clean what I believe is called a commutator. It's supposed to be shiny new copper, like a shiny new penny, that. I'm going to give it a little dust and a blow outside. Pause the video again. Okay, so I've already started. You can see the shininess coming through. Right, I'm doing this all one-handed. Right, so you rotate that bit and it turns the commutator. It's dedication for you, making a video, turning it with my foot. Some finer sandpaper and carry on. It's pretty much done. It looks all right, that. Just for completeness, I'm going to go down to a finer grit. Okay, so now it's gone shiny. You can see the brush is in place either side. You can see the muck that's come off. Let's have a. It's black. It's just old bits of dusty carbon, and this one it's started to with copper on it. So I think that's as far as you need to go. Let's give it a blow, and then we'll get the motor remounted. Just pause the video. Also, I hope you can see the washing machine's tilted off the ground. The motor's too big to take out through the gap between the drum and the frame. When you detach it in the first place, you've got to just let it go onto the ground, tilt the washing machine up and slide it out. And I've done that in reverse now. So I'm going to put the washing machine back down and try and locate it onto the brackets, or relocate it. Right, okay, so here it is, remounted, and the bracket there. Let's see if we can, you see the other one at the back there. You see how awkward it is to get to, and the other one, get the angle right. There it is, right at the back there. Now I'm going to attach the nuts or bolts, whatever they're called, before I clip that back in, because I think this just gets in the way, and I was right, this mounts back in there. But anyway, let's see what happens. Can you see the extension arm? And that is how I get to the other bolt, this angle. Don't know if you can see. Just tighten this one with a screwdriver. Right. Let's pause the video a minute. Right, so everything's on, tightened up. So now you can see this just has to clip back into there. See how that goes. You can see how it's almost on. Now those long rectangle bits slide down the grooves and clip into that little black square, I guess. I just got to keep pushing. Actually no, they don't go as far down as I thought. You can see how the units now flush with the, well, both units are flush. You see the long line, where is it? It runs the length there. It's touching, it won't go any further in. So I was thinking how to get to that black dot there, but I don't. So there we go. And then I'll just put that. Where's it gone? Push this into there. To get this around there. What am I going to do? I think I'll start at the small one and then angle it around the big one maybe. See how that goes. So I attached the band around the loop, around the motor rotating thing here, I don't know what it's called, commutator arm, and started to loop it on this way, and you can see how I've not quite got it all on, and I'm rotating it anti-clockwise, and you've got to keep a lot of tension on, and then it looks like it's going to go on back of the net. Look at that. That's it. It's now gone on. So again, if you want to take it off, just start pulling from the big wheel off and rotate, and it'll come off. I don't think if you pull anything here, it won't come off because there's this is ribbed and this isn't. This is smooth. But it looks on. It looks, yeah, that looks spot on that. I wonder if that's on far enough on there. I might redo that. Okay, so I redid it and I've just got this further onto here. I don't know how far on it's got to be. I guess the closer to the front it is, the more likely it is to come off. But that is on there now, it looks fine. That's it. Just gonna unscrew these to release the drum. Don't forget that. I don't know what damage you'd do if you tried to start the machine with these bolts in. I imagine you might wreck the machine, so make sure you take these out and just reattach the back and replumb it in. I assume you know how to do that. Might be it. Thank you for watching. Actually, before I finish, the bolts are out. This is what they look like if you've still got them. And you just go in there like that, and they attach to the holes there, but you can see what happens when they're not in. I don't know whether you can see that. Too much it rocks about. So I think there's just a higher chance of you damaging the washing machine, I think, if you start to move it without these in. See how wobbly that is? Especially when you start to tilt it. That's it.